Hey folks, and welcome to Project 1 Logo Design. I wanted to take you through a little bit of a tutorial on how to put a logo design together. I'm certainly not a logo expert, but I know generally what looks good. We're going to do it in Microsoft Word, and so the easiest way to get to that is to just go here to this search area and type in Word. It will not be any other ones except for Word 2013. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. And it's going to open right away. And it's going to ask you what kind of a template do you want. And I'm going to tell you that I always use a blank document because I want to start with a clean blank slate. And I'm going to actually pull it here to full size. Close that little navigation window there that might be open. So we've got our blank sheet here. And I usually like to keep this little slider right here at about 80. And the reason is because if I take it to 100, it gets to a size where I can't see most of the paper. And maybe for this exercise, it's probably all right because we're going to probably stay up in this area. But I like it at 80. I can zoom it in later if I need to. And so here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to go ahead and make a logo for a grill. So I'm going to go, and what I'd like to start out with is maybe the font. And what I could do is I could put in the name of the restaurant. So I'm going to do Outlaws Grill. That's what I think that I'm going to use for the name of the restaurant. And I'm going to make it larger. And what I would typically do now is start going through all of these different fonts until I found one that I was happy with. And there are a lot of great fonts in here, and there's nothing wrong with these fonts, but they're the ones that come pre-packaged with Microsoft Word. And there's nothing in here really that makes me think, wow, that really looks outlaw-ish. So what I want when I look at outlaws, I want kind of ruggedness. Maybe even make me think of like, I don't know, lassos and barbed wire fence and such. So I've got this site that I like to go to. I'm going to open it here. This is called dafont.com, dafont.com, and they actually have a section here marked Western. So I'm going to use Western, and I'm going to come here to my type your text here section, and I'm going to put in Outlaws Grill. And what I want, I'm going to leave it at medium. I could change it to tiny, small, medium, or large, but medium usually gets me the size I'm after, and I'm going to hit submit. What that will do is kind of give me a little preview screen. And I'm going to actually take it to large because it might allow me to get it in there. Yes, I think that I'll keep large. Now the question that I always have is, how do I get this back to my logo? And what a lot of folks want to do is come over here to this download button, but that really won't get you what you want. What that will try to do is download the font to your computer, and you're not allowed to do that because you don't have administrator rights. So here's what I would like for you to do. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to type in the word snip. And what that will give you access to is this snipping tool right here. We will use this a lot. So I'm going to hit the snipping tool. What that's going to give me the chance to do is to highlight this area that I want right here. And when I let go, it gives me the option to copy this. Now, I could also save it. And if this was something, super important, I probably would save it so I didn't have to do it again. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to exit out of here and hit no because I don't need to save the changes. So I'm going to go back here to Word. I'm going to come to my latest document here, and I'm going to right click and hit paste. So I've got Outlaws Grill, and it's actually a picture because we took a snip. Now what you're going to find is I am trying to move this. You can kind of hear me clicking the mouse and try to move it, but I can't. And the reason for that is the text has not been wrapped. The picture has not been wrapped. And to do that, you're going to go to Format, and right here where it says Wrap Text, you're going to click on it, and depending on what I need, I will either click behind text or in front of text, but in this case, I'm going to do in front of text for now. What that allows me to do is to move my image around and resize, which I could do anyway. So that's not too bad right there. Now, that is not enough for our logo. We would like to do a little bit more with that because usually a logo is a picture. And so I want to get a picture for this. So I'm going to go, now here's the deal. If you're an artist, it would be so great if you could draw out a picture. But unfortunately, I'm not a great artist, so I usually have to go and find a picture out on the web. So what I normally do is put in outlaws or outlaw, and I'll put in clip art. Now here's the deal. All these images are going to come up. What you're going to notice is that almost every one of them is watermarked. And that's this stuff right here on this guy. See how that's on there? These watermarks? And those are on there because they're protecting their image. People who made these images don't want them stolen. And you can understand, if you worked on something for a long time, you wouldn't want it to be stolen. And so they watermark it to keep people from doing it, because we could just use our snipping tool and take anything we wanted, and they don't want that. There's a little bit of an exemption for when we're in education and we want to use a picture, but actually here's the deal. I'm going to show you how you can get to pictures that are okay for you to use. Now, for education, I'm okay that you use some of these, but if you're using it for a business, I would go over here to my little cog here, and I would click on it, and I would go to Advanced Search, and clear down here at the bottom of Advanced Search, you're going to see free to use or share, even commercially. And commercially means you can use it for your business. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to hit Advanced Search. And what you're going to find is there aren't any results, because clip art is almost always protected. So I'm going to take out the word clip art and see what we get for results. So we got some cowboy results, but nothing we want, no real pictures we want. And even some of the pictures that we did bring up are still watermarked. So I'm going to put in outlaw logo. And it brings up some options, and the one that I really kind of like, even though it's a little creepy, is this guy here. So I'm going to right click and copy him. Copy image. I'm going to come back over here to my Word document. I'm going to bring up the last one I worked on. I'm going to hit right click and paste. You'll notice you cannot move him until you click on the picture and hit Format, Wrap Text, and I'll go ahead and hit in front of. Now I can move him kind of down here, close to where I want to be, but here's the problem. He's got this white box around him, so anytime I bring it over here, see how it covers up part of my outlaws? Now, one of the ways that you can fix that is to take the outlaws grill and maybe wrap it to the front. But you can see that I did that and it didn't work. That's because the computer is saying, I don't know what you want. So here's a better way. I'm going to go ahead and click on this picture. Click on Format. Go to Color. Set Transparent Color. I'm going to click right here in the white with the magic wand. And you'll notice that that Outlaws Grill came right through for us. So I'll snug that up a little bit there. And that's not too bad. Now, I do think that this is kind of long. It feels like it's far away from his head. So here's what I would do. I would click on Outlaws Grill. I would right click and make a copy. And then I would click and paste that second copy. Now the good news is, since the first one was already wrapped, I don't have to wrap the second one. And here's what I would do. I would go ahead and hit Format, Crop, and I would go ahead and crop this in to here, and crop this down to get that little tail off there. Good. Click over to the side. And then I would do the second one just the opposite. So we'll see if we can do that. And here's what we're going to run into. I would love to keep that little tail on there, but if I keep bringing this over and take off the S, I lose that little tail. So I'm going to leave it just beside the S, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. I'm going to copy this. I'm actually going to go over and open up another application that works well with Word. It's called Paint. So I just typed in Paint, and I'm going to open it and hit Paste. And so there's my little section there. I'm going to take my eraser tool, and I'm just going to erase that little S out of there. See there? Then I'm going to take my selection tool, and I'm going to grab this selection, and I'm going to copy, come back over here to Word. I can get rid of this now because I just made a new one. I'm going to paste it. There it is. I still cannot move it around because I need to wrap it. So I'll bring it over here. I'm going to need to use my transparency tool again, I can see, because I've got that white little corner there, and that's not going to work. Color. Set transparent color. Click right here. Good. That worked great. And maybe I would pull this somewhere in here. Get it kind of close to him. And then I would go this and pull it up in here. And actually I've got them upside down. I would actually like the grill down below. So Outlaws. Notice this is a problem with this corner here. That's a problem, so I need to click on it and go to Color. Set transparent color. There we go. That works. Get it nice and snug in here. And then I want to pull this up right about, let's just let them cross. There we go. Outlaws Grill. And this guy, if we wanted to, we could stretch him out a little bit. That would be okay. Let's see if I can grab a hold of him. Stretch him out a little. That's alright. There. Not too bad of a logo. Not too bad. Now, if I wanted to change his color, I could click on him, go to Color, and there's some options in here, or I could come over here to this little button right here, and I can adjust the saturation, which means how much color he has in him. And when I pull it all the way up, you'll see that he turns kind of a bluish hat and this dark red, and that's really pretty. Or I could change the temperature and pull it up and make it kind of a yellowy, and that's kind of a neat look too. So you could see how you could use all kinds of different things for t-shirts and stuff. Here's the big finish. When I get done, because I don't need all of these pieces, I've got 3 pieces here, and I could probably add more, but I've got 3 pieces. I might use my snipping tool and come in here and grab it all one piece, let go, copy, don't need to save, and then I can get rid of all this. And paste one piece. And then I could go format, and go ahead and wrap the text. And you can see it's one piece now. It even, when I sprawl it out, it even gets bigger altogether. That's your tutorial for logo design. I hope that it was helpful, and hopefully that'll make it so that you can make some great logos. Thanks.